subscribe for daily exclusive fanfiction, and comment with your desired scenarios for future talees. In this gripping tale, secrets unfold as Harry and Snape confront a past filled with love, betrayal, and redemption. The air was thick with anticipation as Harry stepped into the dimly lit chamber of Hogwarts, a place cloaked in mystery and secrets. Flickering torches cast dancing shadows on the walls, whispering tales long forgotten. Harry clutched the Pensieve tightly, feeling both excitement and trepidation. What he was about to uncover could change everything he thought he knew about Severus Snape. As he set the Pensieve on a wooden table, the silvery memories swirled like ethereal mist, beckoning him to immerse himself in the past. He hesitated for a moment, recalling Snape's stern gaze and the bitterness woven into their brief interactions. Yet, after witnessing Snape's ultimate sacrifice in the great battle, a flicker of understanding urged him forward. Perhaps there was more to the man than the dark, brooding figure he had known. With a deep breath, Harry leaned closer, submerging himself into the Pensieve's depths, and was immediately whisked away into a memory that felt vivid and raw. He found himself in a small, cluttered bedroom where a young Severus, dark-haired and intense, sat at a desk overflowing with parchment and books. The boy was lost in a world of potions and spells, but a hint of loneliness shadowed his features. It was at that moment Harry felt a jolt of empathy. Severus was just a boy, battling insecurities and a desire to be accepted in a world that often rejected him. He watched as young Severus interacted with a bright-eyed Lily Potter, sharing laughter and dreams. Their bond was palpable, yet fraught with the tension of an unspoken attraction. A deep connection struggling against the currents of the future that inevitably pulled them apart. The scene shifted abruptly. Now Severus stood in dark robes, older and hardened, eyes filled with emotional turmoil as he confronted a choice that would define his life. Harry felt the weight of Snape's struggles as he made decisions steeped in opacity and regret, love intertwined with betrayal. The tension escalated as Harry began to comprehend the complexities of Snape's heart. This wasn't merely a villain's tale. This was a poignant narrative drenched in longing. As Harry pulled back from the memory, his heart raced. The revelations were staggering, each memory a layer revealing the pain, the unfulfilled desires, and the haunting echoes of choices that shaped Severus Snape's life. He left the Pensieve, breathless and changed, unsure of what this newfound understanding meant for their future interactions. Would he be able to look at Snape with the same eyes? Or would the shadows of the past forever alter their dynamics? As Harry lingered in after his initial journey through Severus Snape's past. A sense of unease crept in. He had glimpsed the vulnerabilities beneath Snape's stoic exterior. Yet, there was still so much to uncover. Compelled by a mix of curiosity and dread, he returned to the Pensieve, ready to explore deeper memories, knowing full well that what he might find could shatter the fragile understanding he was beginning to form. Immersing himself once again, he was thrust into the depths of a darkened, torchlit room. There, shadows flickered against stone walls, playing host to a heated exchange between a young Severus and a group of hooded figures. Harry's heart pounded as he recognized the atmospheric tension was electric, a palpable force that clawed at his insides. "You must prove your loyalty, Severus," hissed one figure, their voice dangerously low, authority dripping from every word. The young Snape stood before them, his face contorted with conflicted emotions. The fear of rejection was evident as he wrestled with the choice before him: to succumb to the darker path or to defy those who held power over him. A flash of desperation painted Severus' expression as the group demanded higher stakes. Too often had he felt the sting of betrayal from those he sought to call friends, especially from the likes of Lucius Malfoy, who oozed charm and menace in equal measure. Severus was caught in a whirlwind of desire for acceptance, but at what cost? Harry felt his breath hitch as the scene unfolded, revealing a struggle that echoed beyond time, resonating through the corridors of Hogwarts, where the two hadn't just been enemies, but also tragic allies caught in the throes of love and loyalty. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted, and Harry was pulled into another memory, one that brought forth the image of Lily, radiant and full of life, who had once been the light in Severus' darkness. Their connection, bursting with unfiltered feelings, deepened into something more than friendship. But insecurities, brewed sense of betrayal from his peers, chipped away at the foundation of their bond. In that instant of revelation, Harry understood the gravity of Snape's choices. The memories hadn't just been about power or loyalty to Voldemort. They were woven with the threads of love lost and trust shattered. With this knowledge came a heavy sense of empathy. Had he been placed in Severus' shoes, could he have made a different choice? Emerging from the Pensieve, Harry was left breathless, the weight of betrayal echoing in his heart. He looked back toward the depths of the Pensieve, knowing that this was just the beginning of understanding the complex man who stood as a protector in the shadows. The journey would not be easy, but it was one worth embarking upon if he hoped to mend the frayed ties of their troubled past. With the weight of his revelations heavy on his heart, Harry returned to Snape's office, his pulse racing with anticipation and uncertainty. The dimly lit room felt charged, every shadow thick with unsaid words and emotions. He had spent countless hours traversing the maze of Snape's past through the Pensieve, each memory a stepping stone that led him to a deeper comprehension of the man standing before him. However, comprehension could sometimes breed conflict. Severus sat at his desk, his expression inscrutable. The flickering candlelight cast a soft glow on his sharp features, but the shadows hinted at a weariness that tugged at Harry's heart. He felt that they were on the brink of something profound, a moment poised delicately between understanding and unresolved tension. "I saw more," Harry began tentatively, his voice barely above a whisper, as he took a cautious step closer to Snape. "More than just darkness, more than betrayal. There was love. You loved her." The words hung in the air like a delicate thread, fragile yet strong, weaving the past directly into the present. Snape's eyes narrowed, the familiar walls of his stoicism rising once more. "Your perceptions are clouded by nostalgia, Potter. There was nothing but loss." Yet even as he spoke, his voice trembled slightly, revealing a veneer of pain beneath his harsh facade. Harry could sense the turmoil bubbling just beneath the surface, and it made his heart ache for the man who had sacrificed so much. "No, it was more than that," Harry insisted, his voice firming. "You were trapped, Severus, bound by choices that other people made for you. I can see that now." A flicker of vulnerability crossed Snape's face, a crack in the armor he had worn for so long. For a heartbeat, Harry felt a pulse of connection that surged between them, hot and vivid. Seeing Snape as a tragic figure, rather than a mere villain, opened a floodgate of emotions that had lain dormant. "I have committed sins," Severus said, his voice low and strained, each word deliberate, as if pulling them from a cavern deep within him. "There are shadows in my past that cling to me. How can you not despise me?" "I don't," Harry replied, stepping even closer, the air thick with the electricity of their conflict. "I want to understand. I want to help." Snape's gaze flickered, uncertainty battling with the many layers of his complicated heart. And in that moment, where pain met a desperate wish for redemption, something shifted. The connection between them intensified, deepening from shared anguish to a collective hope for healing. As they stood there, a tension pulsed in the air, heavy with desire and the unfulfilled promise of acceptance. Both men yearned for a release from their burdens, for a chance to rewrite the narrative that had long been crafted by others. that single heartbeat, they understood. It wasn't about forgetting the past. It was about standing together against it, forging a bond built on empathy and understanding.